Good evening, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 5:43. We're earlier this evening because there's a bit of a plan in my head. Porter. I'm in the mood for a gallon of porter this evening, so I'll be heading, the minute I have this online, I'll be gone. Good night's sleep last night, although I woke up 3 or 4 times in the night, but refreshed today and ready for action. I saw day again with a winning video. The 2-point win, Green Glory went in. That's the third day in a row the 2-point win went in. So when that goes in, it helps everything else. Walking on air was a bit disappointing, I thought, and they weren't suspecting that it wouldn't get home because they put it up with the pace from the start at its first run at 3 mile. I thought to be more conservative and come with a late run. Dublin 4 as well wasn't put into the race. I thought quick enough. It was finishing well to get third, 5-1, so nothing lost there. And but you have to hand it to Charles Burns the way he can plot a horse months in advance. The Stig pointed out that a few weeks ago. He's good at them horses that's sort of in the background. He's big television, he tells me, and he can see them, the non-triers out the back. I think it's a 55-inch or something. It's as big as the door. But he picked out as well Mascada. I forgot to mention that yesterday evening, and I had 50 on that at 9-2 in Fairy House today. It fell 2 out. I said that in the video afterwards, and I didn't go to yesterday. I stuck loyal to Flash Dutum Zayn, and we didn't collect on that because it fell 2 out. But Green Glory opened up at 4s yesterday evening. I missed the 4s because I was asleep on the side of the road at the time. I got 2s, was the best I could get. But made money anyway, that's the main thing. I have a few tomorrow. I forgot to check there. Was there any winners today? There's a few newcomers on the bus. Michael Byrne, Paul 2000 is new. And the Lost and Found. I don't know where to come up with these names. The Lost and Found, and there was some other funny one there as well. Jizzy something, I think. But tomorrow, give it a second chance to the 245. Oh no, that's our little friend Apple Rock on the 245. That won for us the last twice. It's a 7-1 shot there with Paddy Power paying 4 places. I think we kind of an each way play on that. It's penalised £9 for 2 wins. The first one was in a conditional jockeys, so it wasn't penalised, but it's put up £9 for the last win. And I was slightly afraid of it, I said the last time, because it was drop back and trip. But it ran really well. It stayed really well over the 3 miles in Southall previous. And it won going away the last time, but it took all its efforts to get there. They were both off 108. It's 100 and I think it's 117, isn't it? Yeah, 117. Something has been updated. Good. That's great news. 117 and look Morgan taken off 3. Now this is a higher class race, but it won at that rating before, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it won off 110 and 117. And then it seemed to lose a bit of form, but it's right back in form again. So it's going for 3 in a row. Hard to win 3 in a row, but it's an each way play definitely at 7-1. Stick with Taunton for the last one, for the last race. So the horse there that interests me is Ferdinand Star for first run for Merd Pipes. An 8-1 shot, and I think they're paying 5 places in that race. But it was in Ireland with Patrick McGee. I don't know a lot about Patrick McGee, but it seems to have improved recently, and this was a good run. 2 runs back. Oh, sorry, it's last run back, but it was 16 lengths behind Hercule de Soil. But if we look at Hercule de Soil's next run, it won a grade 3 in Navan. And you had Imagine, 3-Card Bragg, Kiki, Badger, and you even had Plains Indian rated 135 behind it. So I know you can't take form literally, but that Ferdinand Star seems to be improving. And first run for Martin Pipe, going from a small outfit in Ireland, Patrick McGee, it's rated 109. There's not world beaters in that race. So I was looking for something, in that region tomorrow, price, and that was the one I came up with. It's an 8-to-1 shot there, they're paying 5 places. Now look it could fall out the back of the television, but it could be competitive off that rating. The 230 at Haydock is another chance at 9-2 there, and it was 5-1 earlier. Fine casting. I don't know what happened to the last time. It went off odds on, and we back to the night before. I don't know, it was a grand prize. I know there was an on run or two, but we're still on the black side of the zero. But it went off 8-15. But on his previous run, went to second to Sweet Will in Cheltenham. I thought there was a race in it, and that's why I sort of put it up the last day. I'm willing to give it a second chance. It's not that simple. That Romeo Brown, he won that race. That Walking on Air was fourth, but Walking on Air didn't frank that for him today. Stainsby Girl won well enough the last time for Nick Alexander, up a few pounds, and you have that favourite Jungle Jack, isn't it? Yeah, but that's going for 4 in a row, isn't it? No, I'm thinking of a different heart. Going for 5 out of 6. I think we could chance a pint win on Stainsby Girl, and then one bus horse on the flat tomorrow. And it's a good class race, but it's interesting that Milton Harris sends Scriptwriter for a 1.5 miles. There's 13,500 for the winner. It was pulled out there recently because of the ground, and he probably wants to get a run into it. It's probably fit enough, and they're probably thinking of the spring good ground hurls races. This was with Aidan O'Brien in Ireland, and it won a maiden in Gordon September 21 over a mile. Hasn't ran on the flat since that Group 3 that was the Derby trial, wasn't it? Or the Ballysacks. But it's interesting, Milton Harris goes with that tomorrow. It's base note 1 over course and distance. The last time it's up 4 pounds. Mr. Allen was last seen when it was behind Meteor in the November handicap. But a Scriptwriter there at 5-2. We won money on before, so we might stay loyal to it. So that's a few for tomorrow. And we might be back tomorrow night with the weekly show, myself and the Stig. And the declarations will be in at that point as well for Cheltenham on Sunday. We'll have a look at that. And we'll have a look back probably at the last few days and see if I see anything notebooked for the next few weeks. Anyway, bash the bookies. Over and out. Keep up the good work, everybody. It's absolutely brilliant. Fair play to you.